Good question. I've just got off a 24-hour flight, so I'm a little bit stiff and tired at the moment. Look, it was obviously quite sore leading up to the last ODI game, but I managed to pass the fitness tests that were required of me to play that game, and fortunately I was able to contribute as well and help the team have success and win the series. So that was very pleasing. I guess for me right now it's about getting on the phone to Alex Contouris, the Australian physio, and communicating with him, as I have been doing over the past couple of weeks since he's been back in Australia, and we'll make a plan from there. So, look, no doubt it's quite stiff and sore, but look, I'll be guided by the experts on what I need to do now to try and get myself as fit as I can be.
Is the expectation that you will be right for the Indian one-day tour, Michael?
I hope so. I would certainly like to go and continue to play. I've said for a while that the more I can be a part of the two formats of the game that I'm playing, the more I'll try and do that, because I'm enjoying my cricket at the moment, and it was a good win for us in the one-day series. We obviously need to keep that momentum going now, and our one-day cricket, I guess, travelling around the world hasn't been as consistent as we would like, so I think the last couple of weeks is a good start, and hopefully we can continue that on in India. But in saying that, I'll be guided by the physio and doctors and experts that know my body quite well. They'll assess me now that I'm back in Australia, and we'll make a plan.
There were reports you might have a scan when you come back here. Is that right?
I would imagine that would be the case, yeah. Like I say, I haven't had a conversation with Alex yet, but I'm pretty sure I'll have to have scans and see where things are at.
How do you look back on the tour as a whole?
Quite a long tour. I think certainly a lot of positives have come out of the whole tour, including the Ashes series. I think there's obviously some areas of our game we continually see that we need to improve. But I think as a whole, if you look at the back end of the Test series, the last 3 Test matches, I think that was really pleasing, the way we went about it. I think obviously rain played a part throughout the series, and then to be able to win the one-day side of things, I think is really exciting for the one-day group. But at the end of the day, the result says 3-0 in the Ashes series, and it says 2-1 to us in the one-day series. So, I think how we feel as a team is, it's really important for us to stay nice and positive and look at the positives that have come out of the tour, in both one-day setup and Test setup. But we need to make sure we're putting the results on the board, we're getting those wins.
Which are the areas you think we need to do better and improve most in to give ourselves a chance of turning the Test result around in a short period of time, Michael?
I don't think it's right to go into specifics. I think we just have to play better cricket more consistently. I think, like I say, in patches we played some really good cricket, but over a 5-Test series, you got to be at your best consistently throughout the whole time, and we just didn't quite do that.
That series in India, is that a bit of an inconvenient time for you? Would you rather have the squad fresh and really focus on Test matches rather than a series over in India, which is one day?
I think that's the format that we have. I don't think it matters. I think it's about performance. It's about continuing to win. We're lucky we've got a handful of guys that are involved in our Test match, in our Test team, that are also involved in the ODIs. So hopefully we can continue to build momentum through that. And for the guys that aren't playing one-day cricket, we'll be back in Australia playing Ryobi Cup or Sheffield Shield. So there's plenty of cricket for us to play. So guys should be full of confidence and in good form come that first Test.
Do you think we gained ground in England in this last tour?
I think the one-day format's different to the Test format. England played a very different team to their Test team. But for us, as an ODI team, I think we certainly gained a lot of confidence. We haven't had much success in the UK over the past couple of years in one-day cricket. So I think we as an ODI team take a lot of confidence out of that. And like I say, it doesn't matter who you're playing for, who you're playing against, the more you can have success and perform individually and as a team, that'll give you confidence. So I think the guys that have scored runs and taken wickets through this one-day series will take that confidence to India and then also into the Australian summer.
Quick comment on Shane Watson as well. He had a sort of tough start to the tour, but he really finished strong.
Yeah, he batted beautifully in that last game, and a very important innings for us as well. Played a huge role in contributing to help us win the series. And that's what you want to see from your experienced players. He certainly set a great example there, and it's nice to see Watto not just batting beautifully, but he's bowled very well. He didn't take as many wickets as I guess he probably would have liked throughout the Test series, but I think he did a fantastic job with us, for us with the ball as well.
How much of a concern is it that, again, we seem to be having a spate of injuries for our cricket bowlers there?
I think it's the same discussion I've had probably 1,000 times since taking over the captaincy. We've got young, fast bowlers that are playing a lot of cricket, 3 different forms of the game. It's part and parcel of what's going to happen. I think we're very lucky that we only have the amount we have. I think our support staff do a fantastic job in looking after the fast bowlers. We're learning every single day. We're trying to do as much as we possibly can to keep them on the park. But when you've got kids that are 21, 22, 23 years of age playing the amount they're playing and bowling the pace they're bowling, it's pretty hard on their bodies.
There has been a bit of talk about, at least one person's come out and said he's concerned that there might be some misdiagnosis of the injuries of those fast bowlers. Do you think we need to have a look at how we're treating and how we're looking at these injuries that fast bowlers have?
Can you tell me who said it?
Professor Robert Fraser from Adelaide Hospital. He said
Okay.
stress fractures might not be what they appear to be, what they're being diagnosed as.
Maybe the professor should speak to somebody at Cricket Australia if he thinks he can help.
Michael, it seems like Mitchell Johnson seems to be rediscovering his mojo there. Seems to bowl quite quickly and well in the latter part of the tour. Do you think he's coming back into contention now for the Test team?
I think Mitch has always been in contention for all 3 forms of the game. I think his record speaks for itself. He's bowling with good pace and swinging the ball, so that was a real positive for the team over in the UK, and let's hope that can continue in India for him.
The ICC are meeting to discuss various things. One of them is going to be probably the issue of the light. How would you like to see that implemented going forward? Because it was a bit farcical towards the end of the Test series there.
I'm not really bothered either way, as long as it's consistent. I think we're pretty lucky these days around the world. A lot of grounds have got lights, so I think you can use those to a certain extent with the red cricket ball. But I think as long as the umpires and the ICC are consistent with whatever ruling we go with, I think that's all the players can ask for.
And just on also, Davey Warner's left out of that ODI squad. Is there any chance that he'll get a recall for India, or where's he at the moment?
You'll have to ask the selectors that question. I probably can't answer that. But Davey is certainly a big part of the Australian team, whatever format. So, hopefully he's training his backside off like I'm pretty sure he would be. I've spoken to him a couple of times on the phone. He knows we've got a huge summer ahead, and when an opportunity comes up, I'm sure he'll grab it with both hands.
Just on George Bailey, he was really impressive. Has he almost played himself into contention for a Test qualifier?
I think he's done everything he possibly can in regards to scoring runs in the shorter format, and that's these days when you're travelling playing for Australia, you don't have the luxury of playing first-class cricket back in Australia. So it doesn't matter what format you're playing. If you're scoring runs or taking wickets, you're putting your name up there for the selectors to look at. So I think George has played exceptionally well in one-day cricket over the past couple of years now. He's obviously great around the group and performed well again on this series. So all he can do is keep making runs, and the selectors have to keep talking about him.
It seemed like almost every day there was some kind of DRS-related controversy. Is there anything that can be done so that becomes less of a focus in the game, or do you have any ideas about how it could be improved at all?
Not really to talk about tonight. No, I don't. Again, there's experts there that are studying this every single day. What I do know is Cricket Australia and the ICC are trying to do what's best for the game. I guess the reason they've brought DRS in the first place is to try and get as many decisions right as they possibly can. So, I've been a big supporter of technology. I think we've seen with run-outs and stumpings, the third umpire has been great for the game. And again, for me, it's just about consistency. If we can get it as consistent as possible, then I think it'll be fantastic.
You mentioned a number of positives that come out of the tour. Can you elaborate on what some of them were there?
Well, winning the one-day series is a good start. I think individuals performing, whether that be with the bat or with the ball. I think our performance in Manchester, I think our performance in the last 3 Test matches, we improved. I think there are a lot of positives.
What are you going to do for the next couple of weeks to unwind?
In the next 10 days, I think I've got 7 TV commercials for Cricket Australia sponsors, and then I'll head to India. I think I got a bit of physio as well in between that. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Deciding on that spinner's role for the Test, obviously, Clarke performed pretty well in 1 day.
I'm not sure if the selectors are any closer, but it's a good question you can ask them, that's for sure.
Thank you.